So this is Greg Noyes of Pacific West Inspections, and today is Tuesday, January 26th, and I'm doing a house in Northridge. First thing I want to do is show you the how to shut off the different utilities. At the very front porch area is your water line. You have a 1-inch copper line from the street, and shut off the water, bring the valve up, and that'll shut it off. Here we're missing a pressure or anti-siphon device. There is a pressure regulator, and there's we call it a pressure relief valve as well. A couple minutes ago this was leaking, so it represents backup pressure in the system. The next thing we'll look at is how to shut off the gas. So in the right exterior of the house is your gas meter, and the valve from the street is right here. When the tank's up and down, it's on. When you turn it 90 degrees and you turn it off, you'll need a wrench for this to turn it. Now the city of LA is required to have a seismic gas shutoff valve, and you have one here, so that's all compliant. So the next thing we're going to look at is how to shut off the power. So we had this open a minute ago, and to shut off the power, this is master disconnect here. It's a 100 amp service, and that feeds the breakers on both sides here. Now this panel is made by a company called Zinsco, and they've had some problems with them over the years. So in the report, you'll have a website to go to get some more information. At the kitchen sink, we found low flow water that's both for the hot and cold. So maybe dirt or a bad valve cartridge here, or it could be dirt in your aerator, and but a plumber will have to come out and look at it. First thing I would do is do the roof evaluation. This is a great day to do a roof inspection because it rained last night, and we call it a low slope roof, but you can see some ponding of water, and it has 24 hours to shut off the water. But you'll see in some areas here at the rear of the house there's some dark areas. So this has we call it a ponding condition, and it hasn't shed as fast as it should. There's electrical conduits over the roof, and they're raised, which we like to see, and then also the main wire is coming in from this electrical pole, or anchored on the roof itself. There's a couple skylights. The rear ones are older, and the one over the front hallway, they're glass, and they appear to be newer. There are two AC condensers on the roof, and the first one is, see if we can get a name here. Appears not to have a name. It's made by Carrier, and it's it's probably a 2000 model and a 5-ton. And on the back part of the roof, there's another condenser. It probably is for a family room. And this is a 94, and again made by Carrier, and this is a 2-ton unit. So we're walking towards the rear of the house. There's some more ponding here, and the roof itself is appears in pretty good shape. Let's see if I can age it here. The rear backyard, you'll see a swimming pool, and there's some gaps here at the seams of the cap sheet. Now cap sheets typically last 10 to 15 years, 12 to 15, and then the rock gets loose. So I haven't seen any areas where they've lost a lot of rock, so I assume the roof is probably about 8 to 10 years old. So that you have. There's a fireplace on the chimney on the right exterior of the house, and has a spark arrestor. There's flash. There have been some repairs done to the unit, to the chimney, and you got a security dog next door. And in the very front, right side of the house, there's some trees, branches growing over the roof. So this will have to be maintained over time. Oop. Now as I bring the camera around, you'll see a squirrel on the edge of the roof there. And I won't bother him. And then there's a couple of patch jobs where they put down cap sheet roofing with bricks. So in another area where it's heavy ponding, and this is at the front entryway, and so I'm down in the house. I'll check for any water leaks.